You ever notice how money feels heavier when you're a student? Not because you need millions, just because you need enough. Enough for rent, enough for food that isn't instant noodles again, enough so you don't feel that tiny knot in your chest when your friends suggest going out and you mentally calculate your bank balance before saying yes. I remember that feeling, the quiet math running in the background of your brain 24/7. And in 2026, it's even louder. Everything costs more, attention is currency, AI is changing jobs, and somehow you're expected to build experience, network, study, and figure out your future all at the same time. So naturally, everyone says, start a side hustle. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Most side hustle advice isn't built for students. It's built for people with time, money, and stability. You don't have that. You have deadlines, exams, group projects, emotional exhaustion. So let's talk about 7 side hustles that actually make sense in 2026, not just financially, but psychologically. The biggest mistake students make with side hustles isn't picking the wrong idea, it's picking something that drains them more than their degree already does. You don't need a hustle that turns you into a mini CEO overnight. You need something that fits into your life without breaking it. Because here's the truth. When you're 19, 20, 22 years old, your biggest asset isn't capital. It's flexibility. It's curiosity. It's your willingness to learn fast. But social media makes it feel like if you're not making $10,000 a month by 21, you're behind. You're not. You're early. And the smartest side hustles in 2026 won't just make you money. They'll build skills that compound, just like interest. Not flashy, compounding. Let's get into them.
Side Hustle 1. AI-assisted freelancing. In 2026, tools like OpenAI's ChatGPT and other AI platforms aren't replacing students, they're amplifying them. If you can write clearly, think critically, or explain ideas simply, you can offer services like content writing, research assistance, email management, or social media scripting. The difference now? You don't start from scratch. AI helps you draft. You refine. You add human tone. You make it real. Businesses don't want robotic output. They want clarity. And students who understand internet culture are weirdly good at that. The psychology here is powerful. When you freelance, you stop seeing yourself as just a student. You start seeing yourself as someone who provides value. That shift alone changes your confidence.
Side Hustle 2. Micro video editing for creators. Attention spans are short. Short-form content isn't going anywhere. Platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts are ecosystems now, and most creators hate editing. If you learn basic editing on free software, you can charge per video. The beautiful part? This fits around your schedule. You can edit at midnight if that's when you're free. And editing teaches something deeper than software skills. It teaches storytelling. You begin to understand what keeps people watching, what makes people feel something. That skill compounds in marketing, business, even presentations in class.
Side Hustle 3. Digital note selling ethically. Now this one sounds simple, because it is. If you're already taking structured, high-quality notes, there are platforms where students sell organized summaries. But here's the deeper angle. You're not selling notes. You're selling clarity. In stressful academic environments, clarity has value. Of course, this only works if you genuinely understand the material, and it forces you to. So instead of passively attending lectures, you become someone who structures knowledge. That cognitive shift improves your grades and builds a small income stream. 2 wins, 1 effort. Side Hustle 4. Niche tutoring, not generic tutoring. Instead of saying, I tutor math, what if you said, I help first-year engineering students pass calculus without burnout? See the difference? Specificity creates trust, and in 2026, parents and students are searching for hyper-specific help.
You don't need to be a genius, you just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of someone else. The psychology here is fascinating. Teaching forces mastery, and mastery builds confidence, and confidence reduces financial anxiety because you realize your knowledge has market value.
Side Hustle 5. Campus Service Arbitrage. This sounds complicated, it's not. Look around your campus. Are international students struggling with housing paperwork? Are students stressed about resume formatting? Are people too busy to assemble furniture? Sometimes the opportunity isn't online, it's right next to you. You become the connector, the fixer, the simplifier. You charge for solving small, annoying problems. This teaches something more valuable than the money. You learn how to spot friction in systems, and spotting friction is how businesses are born. Side Hustle 6. Print-on-demand micro-brands. Now, before you roll your eyes, I'm not talking about generic motivational hoodies. In 2026, niche communities are everything. Maybe it's inside jokes from your degree. Maybe it's memes only architecture students understand. Maybe it's cultural humor specific to your campus. Platforms like Etsy allow you to upload designs without holding inventory. Low risk. But here's the catch. Most people quit because the first 10 designs don't sell. This hustle rewards patience, and patience is rare. It's less about viral success and more about learning how digital products behave over time. Side Hustle 7. Skill-based micro-consulting. This one sounds advanced, but it's surprisingly accessible. Are you good at building simple websites? Organizing Notion dashboards? Setting up productivity systems? Small local businesses often don't need agencies. They need someone who understands basic tech. You can charge per setup. And in a world becoming more digital every year, helping someone feel less confused about technology is extremely valuable. This side hustle builds something subtle but powerful, problem-solving confidence. And once you have that, money feels less intimidating.
Now here's the mindset shift most students miss. A side hustle is not about escaping student life. It's about redesigning your relationship with money. When your only income is a part-time job with fixed hours, money feels controlled by someone else. When you create even a small stream yourself, you feel agency. Even if it's $200 a month, that $200 changes how you think. You stop feeling completely dependent. You realize money is not just something you receive, it's something you can generate. And that psychological shift, it reduces anxiety more than the dollar amount ever could, because control reduces stress, not income alone. If you're thinking, okay, but where do I start? Start small, smaller than you think. Don't launch 3 hustles at once. Pick one. Test it for 60 days. Track not just money, but energy. Ask yourself, do I feel drained after doing this, or slightly empowered? There's a difference. Also, protect your academics. Your degree is still leverage. A side hustle should support your long-term growth, not sabotage it. And please, don't compare your Chapter 1 to someone's highlight reel. In 2026, the loudest income stories will dominate your feed, but quiet, consistent progress is what actually builds stability.
Let me say something that would have calmed me down years ago. You are not behind because you don't have it figured out at 20. You are experimenting. That's allowed. Side hustles aren't about becoming rich before graduation. They're about building skills, reducing financial fear, learning how value flows in the real world, and maybe, just maybe, sleeping a little better at night knowing you're not entirely dependent on chance. In the end, it's not about having 7 income streams. It's about understanding that you can create one. And once you know that, money feels less like a storm and more like something you can learn to navigate. Slowly, calmly, progress over perfection. Always.